Hey guys, it's Adam from Outlier. I'm going to do a different edition of the Outlier Insights show. I'm going to show you how I get some of the insights that I use to kind of figure out the props along with Outlier. So bear with me. Going to be a little bit boomerific on how I share my screen because this is the first time. Let's go. A lot of the stuff that I use is from my good buddies at FTN. There we go. Look at that. I'm in screen too. Look at it. So high tech. All right. So look, FTN sports data site. I love them. I use a lot of their fantasy data to figure out which teams are good, which teams are bad, especially a metric that they have that is specific to that site, which is DVOA. That measures how well a team performs based on schedule, based on all sorts of factors. If the opponent is weak, all sorts of things like that. So FTN also has a lot of information on different types of defenses and offenses and things like that. I go from the NFL headquarters on their site. I then go to team defense. I also make a note to send them something about their UX, but I love you guys if you're watching. Just a little bit difficult to organize sometimes. Anyway, so I'm on the rushing defense. Big thing that I like to do when I'm looking for a target for rushing defense, I like to sort by what is called the explosive run rate. So this number right here is saying that the percentage of rushes against this team that go for 10 yards or more, that's what this is. So the Bengals, the Bills, the Giants, the Raiders, they all have really bad rush defenses in this case. Also right here is the Carolina Panthers. Carolina Panthers are going to be playing the Indianapolis Colts. The reason why this is on my radar is because Zach Moss popped up on the injury report today. And Jonathan Taylor, who we've known as one of the most prolific running backs over the last few years, should get a large chunk of that usage. So I already know, okay, Carolina, good target. They give up a lot of runs, a lot of rushing yards. It looks like while they're not, this is easily bottom 10. And we saw that they do a big explosive run rate. So I got Jonathan Taylor teed up here on Outlier. What I do is I look at the overs, and it's important to look at alt lines because I think that Jonathan Taylor goes to the moon this weekend. So what I want to look at is I want to sort then by Jonathan Taylor's an interesting case because he hasn't played some of the games, but I like to sort it by the last 5 so I can know, have they done this recently? If it's possible sometimes against that team, but let's look at his last 10 because we're going to go to last season. We know that he didn't have a great year, but look, this guy's great. His baseline we see right now is at 66 yards. Okay. We pull this up. We see that he has not only exceeded 66 yards in his last 10 games, but generally speaking, he goes way over 66 yards. The actual floor for this guy, it looks like it's actually 75 yards when you're looking at this thing. So this is where it gets a lot of fun. Alt lines, which is something I love about Outlier. Go to alt lines, and then let's see, what happens when he gets to, a little bit of extra money to add it up to 80 yards. Look at that. His floor of 80 yards is not only going to get you plus 154, but like he's done it a bunch of times. So you can kind of do this for all different props. I'm going to do this for Jonathan Taylor. I'm going to take his baseline, and then I'm probably going to take him. Look, we know that in his last 10 games, he had a 147-yard game. The guy has a 100-yard ceiling. Let's see. Let's go. Let's keep going, man. Let's do it and get him about 100 yards, plus 330. All right, great. So what we have done is we have taken him at plus 3. We've taken him at over 100 yards. We've taken him at his base, which is the 66. And we're going to get him a little bit there in the middle. Let's get him over there at the 80. Okay. And then what's great is that, and you can see I was looking at other props earlier, but what's great is, you can then add this directly to your book when you're using it on the app. But that's kind of the big overall general way in which I approach a prop and try to figure out what it is I want to do with it. So again, I go to FTN. I try to figure out, hey, where is there an angle that might work out well? FTN not being the only site, I also use like Football Outsiders and things like that. But the big thing that I do with Outlier is I'm able to decide, as you can see right here, the different ways that this guy has a floor. So if I know he's done it already once, man, well, then look, that's what his new ceiling is. And I can kind of ladder this up. I hope you guys took the hint that I'm going to be on Jonathan Taylor this weekend, and I'm going to be on Jonathan Taylor on some alts. So I appreciate again that you all came by, and good luck with your bets this weekend.